PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is James Spann. You clicked onto our Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 10th of April. Very active weather shaping up off to the west, and tomorrow could be an active weather day around here. Let's look out the window as we typically do at the beginning of these. We'll start with our Skycam network view coming from Tuscaloosa. We are looking east from the top of the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse. Off in the distance, you can see Bryant-Denny Stadium. In the foreground, the steeple of First Baptist Church. In the sky, we'll call it partly sunny, but the sky broken in many areas, the overcast. Pretty much the same deal from Gadsden. That's up in Etowah County. Off in the distance, you can see the mighty Coosa River. And from Birmingham, the sky there mostly sunny. There's what's happening right now, and what a trough. Developing over the United States, the central states, and ahead of that, we've got active convection. In the middle of that, we got snow falling out there in parts of the Rockies. And look at the cold air. Temperatures in Denver below freezing at early afternoon. Wow. But around here, we're nice and mild, readings well up in the 70s. But that cold air will affect Alabama Sunday and Monday, and we might be dealing with a late-season freeze early next week. So keep that in mind. Quick peek at the radar this afternoon. A few scattered showers have popped up down in southwest Alabama in the general area from Demopolis to Greenville. Nothing especially heavy, and there might be a shower or two around this afternoon, but there's no dynamic forcing. The air is unstable, but nothing to really get the air parcels truly rising. The big show will be coming tomorrow, no doubt about that. Off to the west, there's a look at our convection. Storms have calmed down during the morning. They will likely re-intensify in coming hours. The main band of storms now from a little east of Little Rock down to about Minden, Louisiana, into southeastern Texas. Rest of this afternoon and tonight got a moderate risk of severe weather from Monroe, Louisiana to Paducah, Kentucky. That includes Memphis and Greenville, Mississippi. And surrounding that, a slight risk all the way from Lake Charles to Chicago. And, of course, we'll be watching all of that with interest. Tomorrow, a slight risk for all of Alabama and roughly from New Orleans up to Buffalo and Cleveland. The probabilities tomorrow peak over really Ohio up there. That's where the better helicity values will be. But down here, numbers are pretty high. That means there's a 30% chance of severe weather within 25 miles of any given point. And the primary risk would seem to be from damaging straight-line winds or large hail, but we'll see if any mesoscale boundaries set up that could back the winds in the low levels and maybe create a tornado threat. We sure can't rule that out. There's a look at where we are now in terms of the instability. Kind of looking back off to the west, we've got surface-based capes up to 3,000 joules over southeast Louisiana, and really a theta E-axis coming up the Mississippi Delta, where conditions sure seem to be ripe for maybe some supercellular-type storms forming this afternoon and this evening. And you can see how the 0 to 3-kilometer helicity values really peak over parts of east Arkansas, west Tennessee, down into the Delta. It just seems like that area from Memphis down to Greenville, Mississippi, will be the hot spot for convective formation this afternoon. And the QPF map, this is suggesting about 1 inch for North Alabama, about a half inch down to the south, and again, that seems about right. This is tomorrow, the 12Z GFS, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at about 500 millibars. Big trough over the nation's midsection, one segment lifting up through the Great Lakes, another segment diving down the backside of that thing. At the surface, our surface low is just a little northeast of Des Moines, with the trailing cold front down through the Mississippi River at 1 o'clock. Instability values look pretty good. Still looking at values of about 1,000 to 1,500 joules at surface-based Cape. And that's valid, by the way, at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, suggesting that front will be just entering northwest Alabama at that point. And the helicity values, again, not quite as high as we have seen them. This would suggest it could be the primary threat would be from damaging straight-line winds and hail. But remember, if we do get some kind of a small-scale boundary, that could change that, so we'll watch things carefully tomorrow. We still think the main window for severe storms, noon to 8 o'clock, and Even though we could see some storms during the pre-dawn hours now, what's going to happen, we think, is we'll get those storms early in the morning, but they should be decaying over northwest Alabama, then regenerating during the day. Now, Saturday, we'll take a look at what's happening here. The main trough axis is still west of the state, and we've still got a southwest flow aloft here, so the cool down will not be very pronounced. Highs will drop back into the mid to upper 60s Saturday, and more than likely we'll see some lingering rain Saturday morning. But you see the dry slot there. I think there's a chance the sun breaks out Saturday afternoon after, say, 12 o'clock. So really not a bad day, but again, the day could start wet and definitely cooler, and really cooler Sunday. The trough sharpens with that second vortex coming through at the surface. The 540 thickness line drops down to about Greenville and Troy. Chance of snow showers, snow flurries down into Tennessee and Kentucky, and just maybe a few of those down into Alabama Sunday night. Monday of next week looks cold. Sunday we'll have a hard time getting out of the 40s, and it might be the same way Monday. It depends on the clearing. Looks like we'll start off the day with clouds Monday morning. We'll clear Monday afternoon, and maybe a few snow flurries early Monday morning around here. Wouldn't be totally shocked, especially northeast of Birmingham. And we're going to be down in the low 30s, but again, because of the wind and the clouds, I don't think we'll see a problem there for the growers. This is the problem. This is Tuesday when the surface high is right over us. Clear sky, light wind. Early in the day, we could be anywhere from 25 to 35. 25 for the coldest valleys, 35 for the ridge tops. A lot of frost. So Tuesday, again, is our key morning in this late season cold snap, and then we start to warm up during the day Tuesday. Wednesday will be nice and pleasant, mostly sunny and mild. And one peak out there at the end of the cycle, and now look, we got a trough out here, April 25th, and an active weather scene where just the last 4 or 5 runs have shown a ridge. So obviously the confidence in what goes on out there at late month is not all that great at this point because of run-to-run inconsistency. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and of course we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.